Okay, we are going to work on this is lesson 38 in Algebra 1. We're going to start off by looking at this. This is simply a fraction. When we write the numbers 3 and 4 with a bar, we call it a fraction. Okay? We can also say that it's a ratio. Look at all these other fractions. If you look at them, they're equal, they're equivalent. When we have fractions that are equivalent, we say that they are proportional. Okay? So for instance, we can say 3/4 is equal to 15 over 20. If we do cross multiplication, we got 20 times 3 and 4 times 15. You get 60 here and 60 here, which make it a true statement. Okay? So when we set so we can solve proportions that contain unknowns by setting them the cross products equal and then dividing to complete the solution. So let's look at example 38.1, which says we have solve for m. For m equals 21 over 5. Okay, we can do cross multiplication. So we can say 4 times 5 equals m times 21. You're simply taking this to the other side. Do m times 20. Now we can do 20 equals m 21m. Okay, I can rewrite that to say 21m. And then how do we solve for m? We divide by 21, and we said m is equal to 20 over 21. And that's your answer. As simple as that. So let's look at another one. Let's look at example 38.2. It said the ratio of pigs to goats in the barnyard was 7 to 5. And there were 91 pigs. How many goats were there? Well, they said the ratio of pigs to goats. That's how we read ratios. Don't forget, it's pigs to goats, or with a colon, or we can write it this way. There's 3 ways to write ratios. So this is just kind of a review of what you should know. So they said pigs to goats was 7 to 5. 7 to 5 in the same order. It said if there were 91 pigs, how many goats? So can we find that? Yes, we could simply put 7 to 5 equals 91 over g. Now we can use cross multiplication to solve this. So I always start from the bottom and go up. It doesn't matter. You can go down. It really doesn't matter. But I just like to stick one way. Equals 5 times 91, and you get 5 equals 7g. So it's 6, 4, and 1 7 is your answer. Or you can leave it at 455 over 7, whichever one. So, or actually I did some bad math here, but it comes out to g equals 65 if you divide it out. So I was trying to do that in my head. Now, what you can also know about proportions, even though they tell you pigs to goats, you could have set it up to say goats to pigs. However, now you have to make sure that the 5 stays with the goats and the 7 stays with the pigs. And then when you come over here, it'd be g to 91. And then you would do the same thing. 5 over 7 equals g over 91, and do your cross multiplication. Because it's simply what we had before, except it was flipped. It said 7g equals 5 times 91. And we have a property that says it doesn't matter on an equation. You can flip the entire equation and it still be the same. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the equation. But the important thing is if you do goats to pigs, if you make sure that that number on all the numerators reflect goats and all the denominators reflect pigs. Because if we did this but we left it like this, we would have a wrong answer. We'd get a totally different answer. So let's look at the next example. The next example is 38.3. And it said, in the barnyard, the ratio of chickens to ducks was 9 to 4. So I'm going to go chickens to ducks was 9 to 4. And there were 108 chickens. How many ducks were there? 108 chickens. How many ducks? So now I simply do 9 to 4 equals 108 to D. And I use my cross multiplication. So it's 9D equals 4 times 108. And then we would divide by 9. D is equal to 48. If you use your calculator, it all comes out to 48. Okay, so do your practice problems. And your code for this lesson is 500. And put that at the top of homework 36. The number 500, 500, top of 36.